why black athletes are dating white women. Grab your stick, grab your drink. Let's get into this thing right now. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy JB coming back at you live and direct. And you know what it is. This is Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I'm the Real Cigar Jeff, man. Y'all know all my information is below. And before you even come into the building, make sure you mash that like button. Hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications. And man, we about to get into this thing, but y'all know who I got to introduce. It's the family affair edition of the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I'm going to let my dog introduce herself. Tell y'all what she's sipping on tonight, because it's gonna be a tight one tonight. So let them know, Rhonda, who you are and what you're sipping on.
Thanks, JB, for having me back on this family affair edition. Tonight, man, I had to bring it back an oldie but goodie, but newbie to me. This is probably one of my favorite liquors right now. Is this Rum Haven?
Oh, okay.
I had to go back to the Rum Haven, and of course with my mixed with my Dole pineapple juice. I ain't ready for the real stuff in the health food stores yet, but we'll get there. So this is what I'm sipping on, my rum and pineapple juice tonight.
Hey, that Rum Haven, guys, if y'all ain't tried it,
it's good.
That
it's
Rum
really
Haven,
good. Yeah.
They use real coconut water, man. I'm telling you, y'all really want to step it up. Put a little coconut water in that. Put a little coconut water in that pineapple in Rum Haven. Gonna really set it off. A little splash of lime on that thing. That'll get you.
Okay.
That'll get you straight. Podcast ain't making no money yet. We ain't ready for all that. But appreciate you being on, guys. Y'all know, man, I'm simple today. I saw this. I had to be over in Orlando today, so I stopped off and got my cigar. I am smoking tonight the Cigar City Brewing cigar by Punch Cigars. I saw that in the cigar lounge. I said, man, I gotta pick this up, man. This Cigar City over here in Tampa, right where I'm at. So can't lie, pretty good stick so far. And of course, y'all see it again. It is time for the Surfsides again. Guys, I can't put them down. I can't put them down. But I'm finishing off my little bullet. I put a little shot of bullet in that thing. Go ahead and spike it up a little bit, because this is gonna be an interesting topic. And just to let y'all know, it ain't cheap. I got another bottle of bullet back there. It ain't cheap. I don't want y'all to think I'm doing that. Now, for the first time ever, guys, Rhonda will tell you this, because this is such a polarizing topic. And if y'all get down in the playlist, we did a podcast a while back about interracial relationships. Are they the key to happiness? So get down in the playlist and kind of see our take on that. But I had to do something I've never done before on any one of these long form podcasts. I surprised Rhonda and I texted her the article we were going to see tonight. So she could familiarize herself with it. But before we get into that article, Rhonda, when you got the topic about why do black athletes date white women, what was the first thing that came to your head?
That's normal. I don't see what the outcry is about. I thought it was a normal thing. I wasn't surprised. It's just, which one? Pick any day of the week. It wasn't. It wasn't surprising to me. It was just like, oh, okay. That to me, that wasn't anything new or shocking or surprising.
Yep.
So that's why when you said that's what we were going to be talking about, I didn't see what the big deal was until you sent me the clip. So I was like, okay.
Yeah. And one of the things you guys are going to find, a lot of y'all who listen to this podcast, y'all got to understand, as common as it is to us, it is still a very polarizing topic. Especially with the NFL draft, especially with these NBA playoffs. Everybody's talking about these athletes' preferences. You're starting to see the football players start to do OTAs. You just finished spring training with the spring games with the colleges and all this kind of stuff. And evidently, if y'all are talking about it, y'all know we got to discuss it. And I'll tell you the first thing I thought. The first thing I thought, of full disclosure, Rhonda went to East Carolina University, a PWI. I went to North Carolina State University, a PWI. So this has been normal for a while to us. But we're going to try to make this a little bit interesting because I got a couple takes I want to put in there, and I want to definitely see what Rhonda has to say about it. But guys, y'all, we're going to jump right into this thing. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to share y'all the article in the Instagram clip. A lot of y'all have probably already seen it. But let me just share my screen right here. And we just going to go through this article, Rhonda, then we're going to come back and talk about it. Can you see that title, Rhonda?
Yes.
Okay. Black student athlete. I'm over here at Hollywood Unblocked, but Fox 26 in Houston also did a special on this, and I just chose to use this website because it had less pop-ups for now. Black student athlete causes debate after explaining why other black D1 athletes prefer dating and marrying white women. Now, guys, this is going to be the same for D1 athlete, D2, D3, or professional. Okay? And Ron, is it okay for us to just kind of lump them all in together?
Oh, we should. Only because the Celtics are coming on.
And one of the things, Celtics coming on tonight, guys. Y'all, just so y'all know, even though this thing gets released on Friday, we record on the Tuesday. But I'm gonna go there, guys. Ron, I want to say this before we get into this.
Okay.
What y'all are gonna hear, this is the article in the clip that really kind of this thing went viral at the beginning of May. I just kind of let it die down before I got into it because I wanted to kind of see what other people were going to say so I could develop a different take for you guys or make sure my take wasn't already taken. But one of the things I'm going to tell you guys is full disclosure. I'm not playing this guy's clip because I agree with him, because one of the first things I want to say before y'all start listening to Rhonda and I talk about this, the one thing I don't agree with him up front on is that to justify a black man dating a white woman doesn't mean you got to degrade a black woman to make your point. Okay, that's not what we doing here, right? As a sales rep, the first thing you learn is don't talk about your competition. Only talk about your product. You ain't got to bash the competition. So I'm just letting everybody know that I'm playing this because this clip went viral, not because I agree with anything that he's saying. We're using this for a point of discussion. We cool on that, Rhonda?
Oh yeah.
Black student athlete causes debate after explaining why other D1 athletes prefer dating and marrying white women. And because Rhonda and I, this podcast is always kind of focused on relationships and that kind of thing, dating and relationships, I wanted to bring this up, okay? So, a black male student is going viral and causing a debate after explaining why other black male D1 athletes prefer dating and marrying white women over black women. Y'all see how it already changed? Marrying white women over black women. Yeah. The black male student athlete causing all this conversation online goes by Lil Goody on TikTok. And on Tuesday, April 30, he uploaded a video with an on-screen caption that read, "Why are black D1 athletes only dating, marrying white women?" In the video, the man said, why are all these black athletes that are getting drafted having white women? What's going on? I'm going to tell you, as someone that is friends with a lot of D1 players and D1 basketball players, I'm going to tell you because they have told me. Now, I don't have the video, but there was a video that went viral where this black football player got drafted and the white girlfriend was on the side, next to the mother. The mother was sitting next to the player. The white girlfriend was sitting to the right of the mama. Mm-hmm. And the mama kept boxing her out so that she couldn't get, so that the white girl couldn't get to the athlete. That's what kind of spawned this. I should have had that pulled up so y'all can see it.
Would have loved to see that.
Right? The black student athlete continued to preface his upcoming explanation by stating, before I get into this, I want to make it clear that I'm only into black women. I'm just telling you what they told me. The student continued to state, my man said, bro, how many white women have you seen do the Megan Thee Stallion challenge, excluding the ones that think they're 2 shades away from being Lotto? I said, probably only one. He said, okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do, guys, I don't want to read everything. I'm going to just let y'all see it. Okay. I just want to let y'all see it. It's easier instead of me reading it. So y'all see it right here. Y'all see it right here. And this thing is going viral. Let me see if I can actually get it. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. That's why I'm not good at this. One day I'm going to get me a production assistant that's running the board. Here we go. It's 5 different slots, guys. Here we go.
Why are all these black college athletes that are getting drafted having white women? What's going on? I am going to tell you, as someone that is friends with a lot of D1 football players and D1 basketball players, I'm going to tell you because they have told me. Whoa. Before I get into this, I want to make it clear I'm only into black women. I'm just telling you what they have told me. My man said, bro, how many white women have you seen with the next hour challenge? He said, excluding the ones that think they're 2 shades away from being white. I said, probably only one. He said, okay. Yo, 5 of my guys got played on the Division 1 Power 5 football teams, and they sucked. They were like, Billy, you know the type of NIL deals you got. One of my men said, bro, I was messing with this black girl. She heard about the deal I got and started to request money, Apple Pays and Cash Apps for her hair and nails. Oh, shit. My other friend said, bro, I would try to take her out to Chipotle, Cabo, this and that. She would get asked about why I'm going to steakhouse, you're good for it. I said, oh, shit. They were like, bro, the white women, they're down to go and get a cup of coffee, go and get some fucking...
Okay, Ronnie, can you hear that one?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Going to the next one, guys.
Ice cream. My friends were like, bro, the white women we're dating, they pay for a lot of our stuff. I said, what do you mean? They said, bro, they know that we're making some money, but while we're at practice or we're at camp, they got us our favorite Cabo Bowl, double chicken, right? Waiting for them to come out of practice. My friends were telling me these girls are getting their group projects done, getting their essays done, online tests done, on time. I said, wait, what? I said, bro, what about maintenance? There's no way y'all not paying for her hair, nails, bags, her lifestyle. He said, bro, first of all, my girl will get her own Starbucks and even get me one, but if I want to be nice, I'll get her something, from Starbucks. And they were like, hair and nails. They don't even care about the nails, really, And if they do it themselves. Sometimes I pitch in it. And I was like, what about hair? They were like, bro, she's white. She just brushes it. We're flat-irons and she wants to be special. Jesus Christ, you're saving a lot of money. One of my men said this. He just got drafted. He said, bro, I was dating a black girl. Now I'm dating a white girl. I'm about to marry her. He said, the difference between the black girl and the white girl, the biggest difference is the white girl knows when to shut the fuck up. I said, God damn. Listen, this is what they told me. Do with the information as you please. If it takes me 10 to 15 years to find a black woman that's compatible with me, that's what I'm...
Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys, I got to clip this.
I'm gonna do. But this is what they told me, so stop being surprised. I need everybody to listen. All of my friends are D1 athletes that are either in college or are in the league, they're dating white women, or they're married to white women. And you know what they told me? They said, bro, my girl looks up to Taylor Swift. Your girl looks up to Megan Thee Stallion. He said, bro, you know what the difference is? One is almost a billionaire and dating Travis Kelce. The other one was dating Tory Lanez. What's fucking with Tory Lanez? I created the Stallion challenge. I'm so sorry, it's not funny because if you actually look at those two different paradigms, that is actually insane. If you take Taylor Swift and then you take Megan Thee Stallion, that's two different paradigms. I asked all of them a question. I said, do you guys buy your girl expensive bags, expensive clothes, and shoes? You guys have crazy NIL deals. Like, I know crazy NIL deals or crazy NFL contracts. They said, bro, my girl likes Lululemon and it's cool with a Tory Burch or Michael Kors. Your girl wants a Chanel bag and 100 roses with $100. They asked me, yo.
Okay, guys, got 2 more. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, good. You were dating a girl, she's like, how many times did you send her money for her nails? I'm a good guy. I told them I definitely did it at least 10 to 15 times. They said, you want to know how many times I did it? 3. I said, fuck. Hey, I don't give a fuck, though. I still want a black woman. I can't relate to a white woman. That's just me. That's a preference. White women, you guys are cool, though. I just can't relate to y'all. You guys are cool, though. But I do see that there's a difference in culture. All my friends that are D1 athletes or were D1 athletes that are married to white women or seriously dating white women, they say, bro, my schedule for football and class is so rigorous, I don't have time to argue with the girl. Why are there mad girls in your phone? Shut the fuck up. That's exactly what they told me. My bad, y'all. I just got out of the gym. That's why I'm sweating. The white women that they're dealing with are giving them meal prepped food on top. Bro, my friends told me on top of the meal prep food they're already.
Okay, last one. Should be last one, Ronnie. Hold on.
Getting off of scholarship. Do you guys understand? These guys are eating 6 to 7 times a day. One of my mans even told me, yeah, bro, my agent is my girlfriend's dad. That's the reason why I just got signed to the Dolphins. I said, hey, brother, you're doing something right. You're signed. 3 of my guys told me I've never had a late assignment since I was a freshman in college, and I've never typed an essay. And I said, wait, what? They said, yeah, my girl is doing it. I said, my brother in Christ, I can't compete with that.
All right, guys. All right. Let's bring this thing. Let's bring this thing back. Hold on. All right. Now, Rhonda.
Yeah.
Give me your first thoughts when you heard your boy in that clip. What's true? What's false? What do you agree with? What do you not agree with? What do you think was out of line? And I apologize, guys. I should have said viewer discretion advised for the language. I'll make sure I put that in the video. But go ahead.
Oh, bottom line, I think for me, one of the things that first stood out was that he had to preface it with race because that's the state of America. We have to let you know what race is involved because this is America.
Yep.
Because it's an undertone of black should be marrying blacks, white should be marrying whites. So let me just go ahead on and say why they have to marry white women at this particular point. But look, he made some very valid points. As I sit here with weave in my head, but ain't nobody paying for mine but me.
Ain't nobody paying you.
Right? Ain't nobody paying for mine. And I'm not doing all the other stuff. But I also get like people don't understand, like sometimes it ain't all about how much you make, it's how much you keep. And I can see if somebody in your pockets all the time. It's just stuff is misconstrued. And especially that comparison with Megan and Taylor. Like that was very, very eye-opening. I hate that it had to be a comparison like that. But he's telling the truth. I ain't do the challenge, but I don't have no booty like that. So why am I do a challenge like that?
I didn't even know the challenge existed.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, I got to get on TikTok. I ain't on TikTok yet. But
you get on Instagram too.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't even know what it was when I saw it. I guess I should have researched it.
Yeah. But no, but he made some very valid points. But I could also understand how some women of color or black women could be offended by that because most people think that you marry someone similar to your mother, right? So they may think that's very disrespectful of you marrying someone like, outside of your race or what have you. But at the end of the day, I don't care what color you are. You know how I feel about relationships. It depends on how the person treats you. But I also know the state of America and what people consider a good relationship is somebody having the money or the coins or whatever you want to call it to be able to do all the expensive things and not necessarily having to bring nothing to the table but yourself and your coochie. But that's your business.
Yeah. And guys, I want to tell y'all, when I first saw this thing, I said, okay, you know what? Nothing he's saying is a lie because he's giving you the personal story with him and his boys, right? We can definitely, we can't question it because he's talking about his boys. Now, I will say this. A lot of people don't understand, Ron, and my take on this whole thing is, guys, NIL about to make it worse. Yeah, let's be honest. Why are we surprised that somebody's going to date outside of their race when they immediately start? Let's be honest, guys. Rhonda, look again. Me and Rhonda went to PWIs, right? For all of y'all that went to HBCUs and that kind of thing, we can't talk from that perspective. But we will tell you this: these boys are catered to. These boys are catered to on campus. And we went to college in the 90s. I can only imagine how it was in the 70s and 80s before all the political correctness came. But Rhonda, you and I can agree that these boys get catered to on campus. They walk around like kings on campus, right? The D1, the whether you baseball, football, basketball, whatever, right? I'm saying to you guys that my take from his video was him saying one group knows how to cater to the person with money and the other group doesn't. And it's hard for the other group to know how to cater to somebody who's been given resources and the other group not be able to because they've never had it. And so I think one of the things that's happening around it is between AAU at an early age, between 707 and all these camps that these kids, and I'm going to hit you with this, guys, and I don't want nobody to get offended when y'all hear me say this. Sending these black athletes to these private schools, these Christian schools where it ain't nobody there that look like them. Guys, who you pick is environmental. So who are they supposed to pick if they're being bred to go into the league, to go to the NBA, to go to Major League Baseball? Rather, who are they supposed to pick if you training up a child and when they look around, they more comfortable with the person who look different than them, because the people who look like them, if you ain't no athlete, you don't get to go to those schools. What do you think, Rhonda, when you hear me say that?
Well, of course, they're going to be comfortable around it, like when they see it. But you still have a choice, no matter what. Like, you still have a choice. It could be environmental for the 1, 2, or 3 or 4 years that you're in college. But one of the things I want to point out that he said that I thought was, I mean, true. I know people gonna get offended, but oh well.
That's what we do.
When he said they just don't know how to shut up.
Yeah, can't do that third F, guys.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's huge though. Like, in certain settings, you're gonna hear people, you're gonna hear certain Black women say, what you not about to do is, or you not, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just certain connotations that are stereotypical.
That we do. That's okay in our community, right? That we used to it in our community. It may be
okay, but it doesn't get you far. Okay,
it doesn't get you far. I'm glad Rhonda brought that up.
It's just so, like, him saying that, and I don't know anybody who wants somebody nagging them all the time, or saying what you got to do, or what you better do, or you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And sometimes quiet is nice, but that don't mean that it applies to all white women. There's some Black women that may know how to do that.
There's some Black women that do it,
but it's the percentage is higher for the ones that don't.
I'm gonna hit y'all up with this. I'm glad Rhonda bought this in early. I'm gonna hit y'all with this. Y'all gotta understand what Rhonda is saying. And I'm gonna do a general statement. Y'all get down in the comments if you don't agree with what I'm saying. A Black woman goes to college to gain independence. A white woman goes to college looking for dependency. When I first heard "get a ring by spring," that's what the white woman is being taught. The Black woman is going, girl, go do your thing, because a man is not a plan.
Mm-hmm.
How do two women get taught different? A man is not a plan, and a ring by spring, Rhonda. So now,
well, that's culturally, but that's culture.
It's culture. And I'm just saying to everybody on this, what this guy is talking about, if y'all really want to sum this thing up, I'm not going to treat you like her, right? I'm not going to treat you like her. And if you have resources, you obligated to take care of me, right? You obligated to take care of me, because I'm working on doing it on my own too. This guy literally said these girls are doing their papers, feeding them on top of their meal plan, and on top of their NIL. So for all the ladies that are out there watching, Rhonda just brought it up. The guy just said she won't shut up. See, guys, and one of the things that's happening now is you got one culture being taught, look, whatever he won't, give it to him. You got the other culture being taught, whatever he won't, he can go get it himself. And guys, that's why I'm telling you guys that it's not that the D1 athlete or the black celebrity, black athlete are looking for white women. White women are showing up. They're showing up. But I know this. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, I just know, like, if somebody's making your burden lighter, and I think it applies to both men and women. If your significant other or spouse is going to make it easier for you instead of harder, I applaud that any day, as long as it's not enabling bad behavior. But these young men already got all this pressure on them to perform, right? And that's why with NIL and stuff, like, these people are getting their money way before they even have to perform the actual talent or sport that they are supposed to do. And so it's almost like they know they're going to get paid regardless whether or not they do something. And I just think it's different. I just think it's a different time. And so, but again, this is that generation where, like, hey, they know how to be served.
Yep.
That's all I'm gonna say. They know how to be served. And I don't know anybody.
But I think,
who doesn't
let me say this.
Served.
Let me say this, Rhonda. Let me say this real fast, because your screen froze up a little bit. So I apologize. I didn't hear the last little bit of what you said. But I do want to say this. Guys, you can't be mad that there's palm trees in Florida. That palm tree is not going to grow in New York City. Okay? So these guys are being bought into an environment. They're being bought into an environment that they are now getting introduced to a concept that was not in their environment before. But the reason why it's more prevalent now, Rhonda, is it's starting in elementary school now. It's starting in middle school now. It's starting at the AAU level now. It's starting at the 7-on-7. It's starting at the amateur stage. And there's, again, one group is looking for dependency. The other group is looking for independency. And what Rhonda said, not knowing when to shut up is okay unless you're dealing with somebody who's under a lot of pressure. Who go into class, got to fake like they go into class, got to go practice twice a day, got to be in the weight room, got to go to study hall, right? Now, is he going to choose the person who is treating him like he's a king? Or is he going to choose the person who's giving him another burden? And Rhonda just said something, dating somebody or marrying somebody who's taking a burden off. Okay? If now all of a sudden, guys, we can't ask people, okay? We can't ask people to choose somebody just based on the skin color if your approach is not compatible to what their daily routine is. If you're there because a man is not a plan, you ain't gonna treat this man like Rhonda just said, guys. They showing up to college with money already now, before they even played a down, before they even shot a jumper. They sitting on millions of dollars. And I don't know if y'all saw it today, the Big 12 just settled their case. The Big 12 just settled their case so that the colleges now can pay these kids directly. They don't even have to have a collective pay them now. The college is saying, we want some control over this, because if we don't get some control over this, these boys over here with these collectives that's giving them all the money. So, guys, I want y'all to listen to what Rhonda said, which is, nobody wants you to shut up. You can talk freely, but know the scenario, know the environment. If you want to get with one of these guys, this is what you have to do. Now, there's guys like me in college who's on financial aid, right? who can barely afford the gas in his car, who is working at Home Depot. Okay, you got to settle for me. But if you want one of these big time cats, these blue chip athletes, the guy said the girl's daddy is my agent, and that's the only reason I got drafted by the Dolphins. Ronald, what do you think we heard him say that? Did you hear me, Ron?
No, I missed that whole, your screen froze.
My screen froze too. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Having a little technical difficulties. But the guy said the girl's daddy was his agent, and that's the only reason he got drafted by the Miami Dolphins. What do you think when you hear him say that?
Well, because networking matters. Building relationships matters. And man, you just hate to see it, man. It's just a difference. It is just a difference. And it's a difference in more than just with sports, but
yeah,
you have to consider what people bring to the table and what networking is all about. When you got somebody that could, number one, they're changing their lives forever, and then whoever they pick as their partner is going to change their lives too.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing your role, every relationship has roles. You got to know your role when it comes to stuff like that. I don't know how many married friends I have that I'm sure they've gone somewhere where they absolutely mad at their spouse, but out in public, we're going to act like we good. Then I cuss you out in the car.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't know. Sometimes women can't always do that. Sometimes as being emotional beings, sometimes it is harder to do. And I think that makes a difference when you're picking somebody and who you want to put on a platform for everybody to see. And you, like when you're out in public, you do need somebody that's a little more reserved or docile and just gonna play the role.
But and guess what, guys? There's a harvest associated with playing a role. That's the only reason these people doing it, guys. I ain't never had no woman treat me like that. Again, but I'm driving my Honda Accord that I can barely afford to put gas in. I'm working at Home Depot. I'm taking 17, 18 hours. I'm going to summer school each session. We really had to earn our keep to get in. And I think y'all got to understand everybody's not equal. This is the reason it's happening. When you see a person that's blessed beyond measure physically and they are getting this opportunity that normally guys probably wouldn't get into this college if they didn't have this athletic ability. See, we got into our colleges based on academic only because We played basketball and we played sports, but we ain't good enough to play at the next level. I remember playing at NC State, man, and we went over and played the girls team. And man, they ran us out the gym. And at that point, I think it's been that long since I touched another basketball. I got ran out of the gym by the girls team because they're being trained differently. They're being trained differently. But I think Rhonda just made up. Y'all got to understand. Travis Kelce. Let's go there. This Meg the Stallion challenge. Travis Kelce used to exclusively date black women, and now he's with the whitest white woman you could find. And y'all just look at their relationship. Mm-hmm. Just look at their relationship. If you look at the difference between how that man looks now versus how he looked before, and everybody trying to call him a drunk, saying he drinking too much and all that kind of stuff, and Taylor Swift gets embarrassed about him sometime and that kind of thing. Have we heard Taylor say anything? We hear Taylor say nothing. Because this girl who's almost a billionaire, guys, and this is what we got to understand. Taylor Swift is letting him lead. Taylor Swift is letting him be the man. She's the billionaire. She makes more money, but yet she's positioning herself to probably get a ring. What you think about that Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce relationship dynamic, Rhonda, after he broke up with the black girl?
Well, I mean, personally, I think it works for him, and I think it works for them because she's definitely had her share of relationships, right?
Yes.
You know, but again, I don't know the way black women have to be in this country. You can't. What else can you expect? Like, it's you have to have.
Hold on, Rodney, because your screen freezing a little bit, so I want to make sure I don't miss what you. I want to make sure I don't miss what you said.
So what now? Oh,
your screen froze a little bit, so I want to make sure I don't miss what you said.
Like being raised as a black woman in America, there is a certain level of control that you have to have, or I don't use the word control, but some level of. Yeah, that's the word I'm gonna have to use.
I think you're using the right word.
Because it's like there's an example to be set. There's leadership that's required, and they want a good man, right? Black women want a good man. They want a provider. If you got money, that's even better. But on some level, that man still needs to do what you want them to do, and I just feel like it just adds extra stuff that.
But I gotta say this, Ron, and that's why I want to have this conversation, because I think you're making some good points. The D1 athlete gotta understand. I'm gonna say this to y'all, man. And some of y'all gonna get down in the comments and probably ain't gonna like what I'm about to say. But what the D1 athlete gotta understand when he's dealing with the black woman, the same burden on you as a D1 athlete is probably the same burden that this black woman has going to college. She probably the first one going. She probably got to take whatever salary she gonna get and have to give back to her family too. She probably got a mother that got a situation where the mother can't work, or she want to probably go back and guys, just because you're going to the NFL or the NBA or Major League Baseball or hockey or whatever, right? We're talking about money here, but I think some of the things that's driving the black woman in college to be more, I hate to use the word rebellious, is because they got the same burden you got. It's just they gonna do it with $50,000 a year instead of $1 million contracts. Rhonda just said, being raised as a black woman in America, every black woman, I shouldn't say that. I know the majority of the black women have had to figure out a way to make things work make a way out of no way.
Yeah, right? I'll figure it out. That's the word.
You got to figure it out. And what the D1 athlete is saying is, I really don't care that you got to go through that, because somebody else who still might have, y'all got to understand, the black woman is getting taught, you go make a way for yourself and blah, 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 blah. And they're being told, get in those books, go to class, be in the library, stay focused, don't get in trouble, don't get pregnant, blah, 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 blah. Don't be clubbing, get in, get out. The white woman may have been taught, go find your athlete. So both women are being compliant.
Yeah, go have fun. Go have fun these 4 years.
Find you an athlete that you can lock down Okay, look guys. Travis Kelce is dating Taylor Swift. Patrick Mahomes, who has a black dad and a white mom, he's dating. I mean, clearly he's married to Brittany. Okay, you're seeing more and more black athletes, guys. The reason it's happening is because the black athlete and the black woman got the same challenge when they go to college. It's just plain as day. The black woman is going to college because she got to make a way for her family too, just like the D1 athlete. So you got two people bumping heads because at the end of the day, I'm not going to stake my claim on you and then you leave me for a white woman down the road. What did Kanye say? And when he get on, he leave you for a white girl, right? We remember Kanye saying it. Look at that ambition, baby. Look in his eyes, right? Kanye said it in his soul. So every black woman now has been taught to avoid the athlete. So why are we surprised that the black athlete is choosing a white woman? Because she'd have been told that black athlete will never love you. Guys, I'm telling y'all, man. When I used to go to Plum Crazy, anytime the athletes walked in, ain't nobody trying to dance with you no more. Ain't nobody trying to dance with you no more. They want, guys, they gonna gravitate toward them. But then you look up, when the athletes came into the club, to the black club now, because I ain't never really go to the white club. When the black club, if the athlete showed up, magically you started seeing white women in the black clubs. Jump in there, Ron, and let me know what you think.
Listen, they know how to follow the money just like anybody else. They know how to follow the money. It's I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I guess that's why I'm not so surprised about this topic. To me, it just seems normal. I don't see what all the outrage is about. Like, I just think people need something to do to have something wrong with something.
And segregation happened a long time ago, guys. A lot of this stuff happened a long time ago. These kids are not emboldened to stay true to a certain concept or a certain tradition no more. Right? They're not. Look, guys, social media, integration, all that kind of stuff, you're not separate anymore. So it's not a big deal. You're not crossing racial lines. Like how many white people did we have in our high school when we went to high school? Maybe 10 total?
Yeah, if that.
10 total? Guys, when I went to NC State, NC State at that time had 45,000 students. 2,500 of us was black. That was a rude awakening for me. I don't know how many ECU had, but I know it couldn't have been a lot.
No, man, look, white chicks we hung out with was cool as hell.
Yeah, right?
We hung, yeah, they took us to the club, everything.
Yeah, and and I think one of the things you guys got to see, Rhonda's bringing up some good points. The white girl is following the money, and we're focused on academics, right? You ask what basically these white women already know the details of their NIL. We don't even, a lot of people don't even know what NIL means. And for all y'all who don't, that's name, image, and likeness. A lot of black women, a lot of black people are not even following what's happening, why Deion Sanders' son can have 6 cars right now and his daddy ain't had to buy them. Like, you guys, we really are trying to tell y'all that they're not choosing black women because they hate black women. They're choosing black women because black women are going to college with a different focus than these white women are going. So when you listen to what that guy says, look, man, I ain't never had no Kava bowl. What the hell is a Kava bowl? Right? Double chicken. Okay. Is that Chipotle? I ain't never had one.
No, Kava is a place. Kava
is the place. Okay. I never. You know what? I have seen them. I've never been in it. Is it pretty good?
No, it's real good. Yeah. No, they real good.
But guys, being black, when you got sent to college, you got taught to be an independent thinker and don't follow the crowd. So if I'm barely being able to afford to be there, how am I buy your food? But one of the things that's happening, guys, is that and I hate to use the S word because people hate when I use it. These boys are experiencing submission. These boys are experiencing servanthood. They being treated like royalty. Well, we don't treat anybody like royalty in our culture. If somebody finds out you're treating somebody like royalty,
what's wrong with your fingers? Your legs.
What's wrong with your fingers? What's wrong with your legs ain't broke, right? Guys, this is again. This is not racial, guys. This is just these boys are getting catered to. Are you willing to cater to them or not? It has nothing to do with the color of your skin. It has everything to do with when I went to college, the first thing you got told is don't come back here where you done been kicked out, and don't come back here with somebody pregnant, right? Mm-hmm. Like at the end of the day, you got taught 2 rules. So if these girls or these black girls are leaving high school and being told by their dad and their mom, here's what you need to do. The only thing you focus on is getting that degree. Guys, how are they supposed to cater to a football player when they're doing work study? Because what we're talking about these D1 athletes that are really at predominantly white universities. Can we agree to that, Ron? That we talking about these athletes?
Yeah, where else are they going to be? Even though, HBCUs are slowly being penetrated by white people. So that's real too. But no, like he brought up that point with coffee and ice cream versus steakhouses. Like that stuff is so real, man. Like you don't always have to do stuff over the top all the time, but it does seem like that's what certain black women will require in order for you to be with me. It's no different than how that stuff went viral with a man sending you $30 or $40 for lunch, and she wanted 100 or whatever the case may be. I'm
what about the girl with the first date rules? What about the girl with the first date rules?
Yeah, it is. It's so many rules to deal with black people, man. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. But the rules come from our experiences. Like that's the sad part. It's like, how do you separate the two when things probably have been a certain way? Your experience is what creates boundaries or creates rules, and then you end up by yourself.
And that's why I'm pointing out, guys, that it has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with traditions and upbringings and environments, guys. We need to we need to get away from race because, guys, let me tell you this:
you got to say
most black people who are going to a PWI, most of them are fortunate to be there. They weren't entitled to be there. Most of the time when you go to a PWI, your great granddaddy, daddy, uncles, aunts, all of them hadn't been there. You the first one there. Guys, I just remember the first time you bring some of your boys from back home and they come to your college campus and you walking them around showing them and they like, dude, you doing it big. Not knowing that if that financial aid check wasn't there, I couldn't be here either. Right? And I think that what a lot of people got to understand is some people get taught college as 4 years to strategize. We get taught college as 4 years to break the curse. 4 years to try to let everybody else behind you know it's okay and they can make it too. Because where most of these people come from, if it wasn't for that physical ability, they'd be in that financial aid line with us. Right? I mean, let's be honest. When you go to that financial aid line, that's where you meet some of your friends. Because we're going to be in the club with that money once we get that check. Mm-hmm. So the reason why I'm saying I'm getting away from race, Rhonda, is because these D1 athletes know what the black woman is going through. They know what the black woman is going through. See, at the end of the day, guys, you're going to always choose what's easier. Nobody makes the hard choices. Am I going to go with the person making it easier for me? Or am I going to say, oh my God, I'm going to go with the person who makes it harder for me? These boys getting catered to, they get held accountable by the coaches and that kind of thing. When they are not dealing with football, they want somebody who's going to say, sit down, I got it. And when somebody can tell you to sit down, I got it, guys, I'm going to tell you like this. And that's why I like what he said. Not sit down, I got it, and I'm going to take you to a steakhouse. Sit down, I got it, and I'm going to bring you your Frappuccino. Right? Like, you know that's my favorite drink, and you know I got the money, and you still went and paid for it out of yours, and you ain't throw it in my face that you did it. It's just something you do because you know I had a rough day. Ron, I think you bringing up that point. And guys, we're not telling black women to shut up. What black women are experiencing is understanding when to have that conversation with a person who is having these physical demands put on them. None of these white women are robots. This guy, he did a good clip. But these white women are doing it too. They just know a better time to do it. Jump in there, Ron.
But it does. As you're talking, it does make me wonder when you think about LeBron and his wife, and I'm talking about black on black couples. LeBron and his wife, they met, well, I guess when they were younger. Steph and his wife, like those are some good examples of how I don't know how they made it work, but evidently something is sticking, right? And and those ones that have married like same race people, at least
Draymond and his wife. Draymond got a black wife.
Oh, okay. And so it's not to say that it's unicorns out here, because that stuff does exist, but it is now, again, these are older couples.
Yes.
And it's a different time. And so nowadays I feel for these young guys that's coming into whatever they're doing for their colleges and getting offered all this money, because what I think it's something special when you have somebody like Steph and Aisha, where she was with him from when he was.
They were at that Christian school called Davidson.
Yeah.
They had shared belief. And Steph wasn't highly recruited. Remember, Steph wasn't going to do.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But when he blew up, he blew up.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't leave her.
Yeah, he didn't leave her.
And so I don't know. So I think you can find good examples of same race couples, but at the same time, with where we are now and with this subject that this young man was talking about, is, I don't know. I just think you gotta go with what's gonna be easy. What you gotta do is way harder. And so to come home to something that's nagging you,
bruh. Look, and I think that's one of the things we got to understand. Y'all look, man, I know how hard it was for me in college to just take 16, 17 hours. And I remember when I was in college, if I was in class with a football or basketball player, they in their sleep. They just had to show up, though. They just had to show up. And that was back in the 90s, guys. So now, remember, guys, back in the 90s, they had to take that money under the table. Now this money is wide open. And I think that I want black guys and I want black women to learn the business of college sports. These white girls are showing up knowing the business of college sports, but also with their eyes on the prize. Right, guys? Let me tell y'all this. I'm going to tell y'all this. And y'all get down in the comment section if I'm wrong. You don't see no white boys. You don't see no white linemen with black women. You don't see no white linemen with black women. The white linemen are getting the white women. What we're talking about are these position players. That's what we're really talking about. Quarterback, running back, linebacker, corner. The guys that really don't get no shine, they got the same color woman, whether white or black, right? But these guys who can win like big time awards, that's what's happening. And my question is, I wonder, do black women even want these guys? Do black women even want these guys? Or are black women saying, nah, man, I ain't about to treat you special. If you want me, you got to cater to me. That's really the question of what's happening. Because it sounded like in that guy's clip, I ain't going to prove nothing to you. I'm the one headed to the league. So if you don't want to cater to me, man, stay on your side of campus. What do you think, Ron, when you hear me say that? Do you think the black woman even interested in these guys?
They're definitely.
We talking about whether these guys are choosing them. Well,
no,
what is the black?
Interested? They're
interested. Okay.
In this climate, they are interested.
You put the emphasis on the T, did you?
Yes, in this climate, they are definitely interested, because, for lack of a better word, if somebody's going to be your meal ticket, you are definitely going to be interested, right? And who did this on Have a Baby by Me, Be a Millionaire?
Be a Millionaire, yep.
I forgot who did that rap song.
No, 50 Cent. It was 50 Cent. It was 50 Cent.
That's it. Like, I've heard young females say that.
But guess what, Ron? A lot of them don't want to
have a baby.
Yeah, and a lot of
our age trying to do that still.
Trying to do it still.
They are doing it.
Man, I think, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Everybody out there is kind of looking for their own independency and all that kind of stuff. That's why I had the question: do black women even want these athletes? Right? And so now, like you said, Ron, it's so common now. You just assume he's gonna be with a white woman, and that's not a negative thing. You just assume he's gonna be with a white woman because the white woman gives off the impression that she treats him like he's somebody, whereas the black woman said, "You just like anybody else." And guys, let me tell you this: you're gonna go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it.
Absolutely, I would.
And you're gonna go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it. And you want to feel like y'all got to understand these boys get told what to do in that hot sun, or in that hot gym, or on that hot baseball field. They getting told what to do by the coaches. They getting treated like crap by the coaches. Once they leave that environment, they want to be catered to because they know they're different. I don't know of any of these athletes now, especially with NIL, that's going to start humbling themselves so they can stay within their race. They'll just take the backlash. They'll take the backlash. You seeing the D1 athlete, they don't care that you see that you got a problem with them having a white woman. Now, that woman, that mama who was blocking the white girl out so she couldn't get to the man, right? Why was the mama doing that? Because the mama like, okay, I got to make sure I get mine too. Because the biggest fear, guys, the biggest fear is that if the black man gets with a white woman, she makes him leave his family. Biggest fear. That's what we're not talking about, right? And now the white girl gets all the money for her family, and the black family don't get their fair share. Now, meanwhile, when he get cut, when he get injured, who leaves him?
Yeah.
Right? But you knew the setup. If they with you for that and the money goes, what's going to happen to the relationship?
Yeah.
They leave, right? So what we got to understand is the black woman is saying, I would be there for you if you didn't have all of this. The white woman is saying, I'm going to help you ride. I'm going to ride with you while you got all this. So if you let people know that you're going to be there when I lose it, why would I want you when I have it? Because you don't know how to deal with me when I have it. That's the point, Rhonda, that kind of got me out of these white girls know how to live in the moment. Black people always want to tell you, well, you ain't gonna have no kids? No. Well, who gonna take care of you when you get old? Well, I know people who ain't taking care of their parents. They put them in a home. What you mean who's gonna take care of when you're old? When you old?
Right now.
Right now, right? So again, guys, black women gotta learn to live in the now. That man is hot right now. You got to be hot with it.
We don't get the comfort of living in the now. We don't get that privilege. I mean, everybody know that.
You don't get trained. Black women don't get trained to do it because you don't get trained to do it.
We got too much stuff to do. We got too much stuff to figure out.
And I'm always thinking you're gonna leave me for the next best thing once you get to that level. That's the difference, guys. These boys getting options thrown at them. And what did Chris Rock say? You only as faithful as your options. Well, these boys got a line waiting. And how many people want to compete with that? Or do you just want to get a guy like me who ain't got none? Right? Like ain't nobody trying to get with the dude on financial aid. They just not. Right? I mean, and at the end of the day, you lucky to find somebody at college. And you just a regular degular. You lucky. I'm just telling you. Because there's so many guys, there's so many girls who recognize I can go over here. This guy got potential to do this, this, and this. So that's the difference, Ron. What's your final thought, Ron, as we get ready to get out of here? Because that game about to come on.
You need to stop. Listen, it ain't nothing wrong with this topic right here. I feel like this been happening for as long as we have known sports to exist. It's been becoming more and more of a thing. And it should not be a thing. I don't think we should ever get away from race in America because it's ingrained in our culture. So it's always gonna matter. It's just just like colorism inside of Black America. Race is always gonna be an issue. So I see no problems with this. Y'all go ahead on and get y'all white women, do what y'all gonna do, and have fun.
And my closing thought is, guys, notice when white men get with black women, it ain't a big deal. So clearly we know it happens on both sides. Why is it a big deal when it's a black dude getting a white girl? Because I'm seeing white men get with black women and that relationship lasting a long time. So the question is, who are you willing to take a step back for? And if that person has the same skin color as you, that relationship won't work. If that person has a different skin color than you, the relationship is going to work, guys. It doesn't matter the skin color, guys. The question is, am I willing to cater to you now? And am I willing to cater to you down the road? Am I willing to be with you while you're rich? And am I willing to be with you while you're broke? It don't change no matter what the color is. Because I'm going to tell y'all like this. Black women are not lesser than white women. White women are not better than black women. But what there is there's a difference in approach to how we came or how black people came from this position of lack versus coming from a position of abundance. You're going to get taught different. You're going to get taught different. And when y'all are dealing with these athletes, if you ain't been trained on how to deal with them, it's going to be hard for them to choose you, whether you're black or white. And if you want to treat them like they regular, just expect that they going to go with somebody else, man. And y'all know what it is. It's Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. Y'all do me a favor, man. Get down in the comment section, man. Jeff and Rhonda on to something, or Jeff and Rhonda crazy as hell, man. Y'all let us know down in the comments. If you hadn't already, man, mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications. Of course, y'all know I got to thank my resident relationship expert, Rhonda. Remind them or let them know where they can find you at on the socials.
On Instagram at RNBLNBT.
And of course, guys, all my social media information is down below, man. Support the channel. Get the merch. Get the merch. Man, you know, get down in the comment section. Again, guys, let us know what you think. That really helps us out with algorithm. And man, until next time, we gonna holla.